Alrighty, a lot of blue going on today. Looks like there's a wave in my hair, a wave behind my hair. We got it going on. Miles' dad got it going on. Anyways, welcome everyone. Give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you can hear me. Or I should say, let me know if you can hear me. It's going to be a great Friday. We got training today, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central time. I'm getting a lot of emails going, what time zone is that? Jeremy, good morning, my friend. Jakey Bake, I assume that means you can hear me, Jake. There we go. Thank you. Jeremy's my man, always. Both you guys. Hair and sound is great. It must be a good Friday. We got training today. The highlight of my week is going to be on 5 to Thrive. Thriving in sales, business, and life. It's the same formula that I use, a 5-step process, easy to use. Bring your pens, your iPads, write this stuff down, rewatch the video, whatever you want to do. Samir, I missed you this morning, my brother. Welcome. Number 21, Clement. Welcome. Anyone got any questions? Let's get it going here. Alyssa, welcome. It's hashtag training day. Let's pin up how they can register for training today, Jake. Why don't you help me out? I don't see Team Meltzer on here. Hopefully they'll be joining as well. Thank you very much. Kickstart Cash, my man. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Give me some questions. Everybody's joining a little bit on the welcome side. How are you? Some people are asking me what 5 to Thrive is. It's the way that we initiate a possibility. We make it a probability, and we turn it into our perspective. Thank you, Jake. You know, you're going to get the hang of this sooner or later, and so will I. All right. Text David at 949-298-2905 to register for his free training at 11 p.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Why don't we make sure we put both times up there, because people move fast like me, and they think, oh, no, although it's 11 a.m. right now, Eastern time. It should be obvious. Let's get some questions going as well. But anyway, if you want to take your possibilities into probabilities and make it your reality, join me today at 11 a.m. Do you think age matters when it comes to start a business? Age does not matter. Experience does. So how do you get that? You can ask someone for help that has experience. So, whether you're 7 years old or 30 years old or 50 years old, you're leveraging your experience or the experience of others or who others know. So age is circumstantial to the experiences you have, the conscious experience that you have. You may have some subconscious memories as well that can assist you, and you may be born with some quantum DNA, just like an artist or a piano player that at 5 is, fluid in the piano or can speak languages. You may just have an innate sense to make money. So all of those different things. So age does not matter. Experience does. Now your age could be one of the determinative factors of your credibility if you let it be, but it could also bring more credibility to you. I've seen some extraordinary entrepreneurs and philanthropreneurs that have been under the age of 10. Most people, though, to get successful at business, you have to have a 17 and a half year average rule. Some people can do it faster. So if you start at 5 by 22 and a half, you can get there very easily. Toby, I've been following your lead. What's going on, my friend? You like my hair? All right, working on, let's see this questions. Thank you for giving me questions. I'm afraid of running out of content ideas. How to release that block? Okay, first of all, nobody's ever going to run out of content ideas. There's so much content and so many things that you can think about, dream about, want about, find about, interpret. You are content, and you want to capture it, modify it, amplify, and perpetuate it. When you create fear about, creating content or finding content or delivering content, you're creating a void, shortage, an obstacle, an illusion that just doesn't exist or doesn't need to exist. So go out there, pick up your favorite book, and read a poem, read science fiction, watch a movie. You instantly, when you interpret that and make it your own and add value to it, you now have new content. So, content isn't just created out of nothingness, right? I channel all my content. It comes through me from an unbelievable source of vertical timelessness. Now I'm way too high. Justin's on there going, what the heck is he talking about? Basically, ideas come from somewhere. Is that fair to say? Ideas come from somewhere, so go find some somewheres. Go look at things, experience things. Just like if you're not feeling well, go volunteer, right? Shift the paradigm of natural conflict, shift the paradigm of counterintuitiveness, and just do itness, right? If you want to dispel counterintuitiveness, then make it your do itness. Do things now, go ahead and explore, be more interested than interesting, make things happen. Nothing happens till it moves, by the way. You can look that one up. I love myself so much, but it does seem to resonate with a lot of people, including my wife. They just probably don't understand. Learn to love you. Let it come through you for others. Show your love of yourself by loving others. Andrew puts up the law of Goya. Get off your ass. You're right. You're welcome. Evan, whoop, whoop. On Friday, please join me on my training. Evan, if you can promote my training at 11 a.m. today, I will ever be indebted to you as one of my 1,000 people that are empowering 1,000 to empower 1,000. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But learn to love. You can't get what you don't have. Look, I am wealth, I am health, I am love. I am wealth, I am health, I am love. You keep telling yourself and you receive that and give that away, watch how wonderful your world will be. And you are in it to win it with that type of attitude. How do you earn credibility, respect being young? Hey, that's a great question. The same way you do when you're old, right? Live to your potential. You gain credibility by providing value, service, in the context of what you do and living as close to the truth that you can. And so, you know, I'll give you an example. My son, when he was 7, he earned great credibility with me by 2 things. One, we were in the pool and there was a spider in the pool and he's afraid of spiders and I was going to kill the spider. And he said, no, 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 and screamed at me to remove the spider and don't hurt it. He has screamed at me not to step on snails when we're jogging together. This all makes him so credible to me. He was picked on at school one time. He was playing tag ball and he got the bully out of the game and the bully picked up the ball and threw it at his head. And so I asked him, I said, what'd you do? And he said, nothing. And I said, well, did you tell the yard duty? Because that's dangerous. He could hurt somebody. He said, no, he's just insecure. So at 7, my son was showing that he was credible. So we could only be credible with what we know. And some things, like I said, are quantum. He's a much better person than me. He was born with that quantum nature to live closer to his truth, to be kind. And I've tried to reinforce that in him. So credibility is your authenticity, your frequency being projected with strength at the right spectrum in a clear and effective way, no matter what your age is. Hopefully that helped you, Samir, my friend, because you are young and credible. What is the best way to get in contact with influencers? Ask them. Reach out, just be kind, reach out. Don't be overbearing and just say, may I ask you for help? And be very specific, very concise. Try not to waste too much time. But reach out to as many as you can. What does it harm you if 1 out of 100 say, yes, I'd love to help you? You're ahead of the game. All right? Welcome, Team David Meltzer. Good to see you on there. My favorite team. How do we combat anti-Semitism the same way we combat any ignorance? We understand it and forgive and pray for its happiness. Understanding is key, right? So when people throw hate and attack at me and negative thoughts, I ask to understand them. I say, hey, give me a call. Here's my cell phone number. Let me understand where you're coming from. And if I can't understand it, then I pray for their happiness, because attacking thoughts get attacking thoughts. How to choose a good mentor. Be more interested than interesting. Find someone in the situation you want to be in. Let's go live. Anybody out there? I wanted my real estate boy to come on because I'm thinking about selling some property. I want to know if it's a good idea. Taylor Coco, good morning, my friend. Jakey Bakey, let me know if we got some guests coming live here. Today, How can we change the mindset of people? You can't. You can't change the mindset of people. You can motivate and inspire others to be aligned with you, but you can't. I always say, don't try to change anybody, try to understand them. Through understanding and alignment, people change. And so oops, I'm getting colors up here. I got too fat of fingers, man, and I'm too afraid to get anything else going. See what's going on here. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi,
This is amazing. You just answered my questions, but I want to add up more, so this is great.
please.
So basically, during quarantine, I just enter life with different influencers. I reach out to help people, and now I started putting myself out there because I changed my life completely in the last year from losing 34 pounds to be happy during this time. So I'm like, I just want to go out there. I know I'm building the credibility up and I want to do it for free as you. Like, I think that's amazing because I'm like, I don't need to sell. If you believe in something that deep, you're going to find a way to make money and also you want to help people. So the thing with mindset is our reality, we know it's a construction of what we learn. So I started unlearning what I have learned. So that's the
Yeah,
idea.
change.
Like my goal is to change the mind, like the new generation to don't think like us. So when you are in your 30, to don't commit suicide, all of that. That's what I want to change. That's what I'm talking about, mindset.
Yeah,
Because I believe the worst kind of victims is the one that creates another. So it's a circle that I want to break.
yeah. That's
So yeah,
beautiful. And just remember, it's not what you say, it's what they hear. Where are you calling from?
Romania.
Romania. Well, I love your mission. Please, if you're still awake tonight, join me on my trainings. I'm going to talk about this at 11 a.m. today, okay?
What time is it now? Because I need to,
It's 8 a.m. right now, so 3 hours. So I know it might get
okay.
late. All
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to put a reminder. Yeah, that would be
All
great.
right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You're awesome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
All right. So I thought some real estate tip man here, my boy, the crazy. Got to bring him back on because I get so many questions, and believe it or not, am not an expert at everything. So I wanted to see if I could get a real estate expert on here. There he is
What's happening?
in the co-pilot seat.
I am. Getting
That's
ready.
so I love it, man. I'm getting inundated with real estate questions.
Yeah, Chris.
I got to get one of those giant phones because the regular size phones don't fit my fat fingers.
I have the same fingers. I got the biggest one they make, and it still barely works.
Anyway, we had talked last time, and I learned so much, and everybody started pounding me with questions, and I want to send your way. Commercial real estate seems to be the hottest topic right now because
Yeah.
everybody, obviously, there's a new set of money coming through to save real estate. Landlords are putting themselves into a position of risk, I would say. How do I look at the commercial side of things, both retail and office?
Sure. I mean, that is a long, long, long conversation,
All
which
right.
which I'm having a lot with a lot of investors right now. So we have like brand new investors that have maybe been in the game for a year or two, and then we have super, super seasoned people that have seen 2 and 3 cycles. They've been in the game for 40, 50 years. There's fear on both sides. There's also a lot of logic on both sides. There's a lot of like, what do we do, Andy? Or what are you doing? So I have a very different strategy than somebody who's 70 or 80. I also have a very different strategy at 43 years old with the family and kids than somebody who's 26 and 27. So for me, this is a math game. Real estate, investing, business in general is just math. I don't get emotional. I don't get anything about it. If the math works, the deal works, we do it. I don't care if I hate the other side. I like the deal. They suck as humans. Big deal. Like, I don't get involved with that. That's what we have attorneys for. So for me, there's a tremendous opportunity in seller financing right now. It is this little secret that's been around since the beginning of time. Like, landlord comes from the term lord of the land. Like, this is a very old thing, and seller financing is basically certain sellers that have owned a piece of property for a long period of time. It's already been depreciated as far as it's going to go. They either need to sell and exchange up or cash out, pay some taxes, and enjoy what you've done over the past 20 or 30 years and go buy some dumb stuff if you want, like whatever. So there's a tremendous opportunity to be doing a lot with social media and a lot with mailers and print to get in front of these landlords to try to find deals. And then you have to lean on your partners for title to find out like who's what, where, and when. In 2020, I can tell you where you live, how much you owe on your property, if there's any liens, so we can get very granular with who we're targeting. So for me, I think the retail space might take a small dip just because of what's happening right now in the slow. So big opportunities there to buy triple net commercial stuff, which is what we're positioning ourselves to take a huge scoop solely out of fear. We know it's going to recover quickly, and just get these tenants into longer term, better deals. Multifamily is my wheelhouse. Like multifamily, 2s, 3s, and 4s, up to 100-unit buildings is where we really succeed.
And you were talking about two things too, just real quick too, because I want to, at a high level, you know how people are. What Andy's talking about is, you know, because I'm getting a lot of questions, and I'm sure you are. It's determinative upon your timing and your risk tolerance. Because there's so many options. You know, our government was built on protecting the landowner. Being a lawyer, all the laws of our land are about protecting the landowner. So, you know, there are mechanisms, financing, strategies, all the things that guys like Andy know really, really well. And I've learned the hard way, but I go ahead and do work with guys like Andy. So I don't want any emotion or energy into it. I'm like, here's my money, Andy. This is my timing. Here's my risk tolerance. I'm 52 years old. This is what I own. And he goes ahead and figures it out. So that's what you need to focus in on as he's talking right now is, how old am I? What's my timing and what's my risk tolerance? Because guys like Andy, mentors, people who sit in the situation you want to be in, can leverage their knowledge and say, oh, if that's where you're at, here's what I would do. But these blanket questions are just a waste of time. They would take all day long.
No, absolutely. And it's literally, David, the first meeting that we have is if you bought a property in Cleveland, Ohio for $200,000 and it was an 8-unit building and it's going to cash flow you $2,000 a month to your family here in California, would you sleep well at night knowing you owned a piece of property 12 states away? If the answer is yes, we're going to retool and we're going to let you crawl and walk before you run. There's a lot of people out there that run in the same circles that we do that talk about you should buy a 60-unit building as your first thing. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. Like, I understand the math might work, but like you need to feel what it feels like to have your money out there, because it's like your children, you know, exposed in the cold, and you have to be able to make sure that all those things are protected. That's why I love the duplex, triplex, fourplex as your first piece. It's safe. You have residential financing. It's super, super easy to do a lot of different stuff with that. And then you can walk. You can feel your way into it. I've had plenty of clients who are like, dude, I hate real estate. I'm like, amazing. That's fine. But like, you have to know what works for you as a person. So those are like the first meetings that we have. So it's the same thing. Like, what should I do right now? What are you feeling inside? You're very tapped into the energies of the world. I am too. That's why you and I connected instantly. Like, I read those things in meetings and then I call them out in a very kind way, but I'm like, is that true? Do you really believe that inside? Because I have to get to the truth because I'm playing with their money. Like and I take it very seriously.
And you do a great job with that as well. And it's interesting because I talked last time about, and I've been doing more research, and you just reconfirmed because of my time intolerance, you know, I have 2 girls that are in a position to learn, right? Where they could live in a fourplex, rent, and they have so many friends that have, you know, recession-proof money because their parents are paying the rents, right? Kids who are affluent that go to college. And so I'm thinking about putting them as first-time buyers into a fourplex, letting them manage their friends and learn all the lessons and have income, not only live for free, but probably have a little bit of income as well if we buy it right. And so those are kind of what I'm looking at.
You're so smart. And I just got goosebumps because I literally just wrote that into our living trust for my kids. Guess what you don't get as your first thing? You're not getting a house. Here's what you're going to get. And you're going to learn the hustle. You're going to learn how to like fix some stucco, paint some, like they're going to learn what it feels like to actually live, property manage, and become a true investor, because they'll get to understand the math and the financing part. And they're like, why doesn't everybody do this, Dad? I'm like, I've been saying it for decades. So that's going to be my thing, because it's it's so doable now. And to your point, I wish, and I'm asked this question all the time, if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? I literally answer it the same way every time. I would have bought that $260,000 duplex in Sunset Beach when I was 23 years old that just sold for 1.7 a year ago. Like, all because I didn't want my rent, like, to go up $1,600, and I could have owned that piece of real estate. And then I could have had all my friends live there. It would have been amazing. And they would have paid for everything. I'd have lived for free.
Yeah, my regret was when I was 24 and bought my first house in Monarch Beach. John Wayne was selling his estate for 1.4 million. It was 93. It was a low, and it needed a lot of work. And it had like 8 bedrooms and a pool house. And so I told my mom, I'm 24. I'm like, I'm going to buy this house. I'm a first-time buyer, and I'm going to have all my friends live there, and they're going to pay rent, and I'm going to give them credit for doing work, painting, cleaning it up, etc. That thing was bought up, fixed up, and went for $11 million.
You were way ahead of the game.
Yeah, pray their whole life to have that much money. You never have to work again because of one property. So I really appreciate you coming on and helping people. Where can people reach you that want to invest and have questions? Where can they reach you?
Sure. Yeah, I'm super easy to find. Shoot me a DM here, because that's going to go to my team. That gets filtered through like the people that just need questions or people that actually need to set like a meeting with me. Or you could shoot me an email. It's very simple. AndyCarterRealty@gmail.com. That goes straight to myself, straight to my assistant, and then we filter them out that way.
Awesome, my friend. Thank you for joining me. Great advice.
Thanks, brother.
Man, I think it's really important for everyone to look at where they're at real estate wise. And, if you want to give Andy or find someone like Andy that has the experience that can go ahead and look at your timing, look at your risk tolerance, and give you a strategy. I'm telling you, real estate can change your life if you do it properly. Everything works in its favor. When things go bad, the government helps you. When things go good, a lower interest. It's just everything about it. And you don't have to learn yourself, because so many people have made billions of dollars in real estate and are willing to help you because it's such an abundant industry. There's so much inventory always. And so people know how to do all types of creative things, tax-wise, financing-wise, purchase-wise, all these different things that I've learned over the years. So thank you. Looking forward to it. Let's get a quick question here. I know we're going to have one of my favorite people on a different specialty maybe joining us today. Meta, what's up, my friend? How do I create enough value for clients when just starting out? Oh, that's, you, number one, have to carry. I did not buy John Wayne's house, by the way. My mom, I bought and built a different house. Made some money, but not nearly as much, and it wouldn't have been as fun. But anyway, focus. I got to look at that question again. What did I do? How do I create enough value when starting out for clients? Look, you need to ask them a series of questions in order to determine what value you can provide. So if you learn to ask a series of questions of how you can provide service or value, it doesn't matter. Everyone starts a relationship, whether you're young or old, by doing so, and then asking, what are you doing today? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? And when they tell you what they don't like about it, then you go ahead and provide the value to solve what they don't like about it, if you can. And if you can't, then you ask if you can find somebody that can, or find a different thing that they may not like, or a different thing that they need. It's, a series of questions. And then make sure you're asking a series of questions the same way of how they can either sponsor you, find somebody that can help you, or be a power sponsor of yours where they can help you, and find somebody to help you. It's math to me. It's a simple way. And as we raise our awareness and find and practice these simple habits, we can change our life drastically, very quickly. I love the way my hair is like a wave into the wave. Look at that. Thank you, Toby, for the hair tips, by the way. They're working out for me. My wife's cracking up. She's like, Rogain's doing great. All right, let's see here. We're looking on here. Let me answer a couple more questions. Joseph, I just want to say thank you for always joining me. Jesse, Dan McGinnis, you guys are always on here. I certainly appreciate it. What practices do you personally have daily to reconnect to that vertical timeless power? It's not reconnecting. I'm always connected. What practice do I have to remind myself that I am timeless and I'm always connected to the powerful source of light, love, and energy? I literally go back to center. So it starts with meditating, finding my highest frequency, and then practicing going and plateauing and growing from that point. So, oh my gosh, what's going on?
What's going on, David? Good morning.
The famous Who Man teaching me YouTube.
I was not expecting this call. I'm at Starbucks getting my coffee this morning.
That's all right. How you staying looking so good, buddy? You got a stylist at your house?
I believe it or not, I do. Yeah, my stylist doesn't have a job anymore, unfortunately. Great guy though. We're friends, so he just comes over. He's wearing 3 layers of masks. I'm wearing a mask. He sits me down in the corner of the house, cuts my hair, doesn't say anything, just leaves.
Yeah, dude. You got the hair, the eyebrows, the beard. You're a stud. That's awesome. Anyway, I want to know what's going on YouTube. I am putting out the best content that I can, and it, different than different genre, right? And you're helping me so much to build an audience to inspire people. I'm not selling anything. I'm not very more inspirational than entertaining. But what are some of the advice you can give me right now for my YouTube?
Yeah, good question. And I'm having a lot of my entrepreneur friends from different niches hit me up saying, "Hey, have you been affected by this?" And it's making me remember this this quote my mom would use over and over when I was growing up. She used to say how she always regrets not listening to her dad when she was a child, when he told her, "Hey, when it comes down to picking your job in the future, pick something that people will always need." So he was an army doctor, and he wanted her to be a doctor because he said, "Hey, whether it's war, whether it's good times or bad times, people are going to get sick. So be a doctor." And then, so when I was growing up, she was trying to shove that down my throat. So she was saying, "Hey, go to school for 12 years, be a doctor. That's the best, safest way." But to answer your question, YouTube is thriving right now, man. I'm making the same amount of money, if not more money than before, on social media. Why? Because people are at home, they're learning, they want to be entertained, and they're all over social media searching for things. So Amazon's booming because people are buying things online more. But I just started, so I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. Last time I talked to you, I think I had 8 million subscribers. Now I'm closer to 10 million subscribers soon. But because of this whole thing, people sitting at home watching content, we said, "Hey, why don't we put a little more effort towards Facebook?" Because I never put so much effort towards Facebook because it wasn't monetized just yet. Recently they did, so we started to put a little bit of effort. And by effort, I'm saying, David, we reposted my YouTube videos to Facebook. We're already pulling in 6 figures in 12 days.
Whoa.
The page is at 2 million followers in 12 days. And my biggest video on there in 12 days is like 100 million views, 140 million views. We're gaining a new fan base from countries we never touched before with YouTube. So it's been insane, man. So when I grow up, when I have kids, you better bet I'm gonna tell them all about how being a social media influencer is, in my opinion, the safest job during hard times.
And then they'll go to med school. Hey, I'm gonna ask you a big favor. I'm doing sales trainings. I'm doing life trainings for free on Fridays at 11 a.m. You got a huge audience. Please invite them at least. It's all free. I'm not selling anything. I'll sell you to them. I don't care. But it's probably the most popular thing that I'm doing, and it's allowing me to live my mission, which is, I've been blessed, as you know, to do the run twice, right? I don't need anything. I want to empower everyone to be happy, and happiness to me is the best virus ever. And you share happiness all the time. That's why you're so successful, no matter what platform, because you're a hero, an unknown hero, because people witnessing Who Man you cannot witness this stuff without being happy. And the virus spreads just by witnessing it, and it strengthens people's immune system. You know, and so, you know, you're better than a doctor because you're healing more people than a doctor, literally, and you're an unsung hero. Allow me to empower people in the same way, though. I really want you to share my trainings with your fans because it's happiness.
I mean,
That's awesome.
I think especially right now, it's, if anything, it's our job to spread positivity and try and keep people's hopes up. You know, everyone's in a bad mood. I thought I knew how bad this whole thing is, but I'm getting calls from my friends that are like 20-year-old e-commerce entrepreneurs making good money, and I'm like, how you doing? And they're like, dude, life is stressful. All my parents' bills are on me. My dad was a personal trainer at this gym. My mom's an accountant. Everyone's lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to hold, you know, make them a little bit more hopeful every day by you know, making them laugh through my videos or teaching them something based on my experience, I think that's the best feeling ever.
Is that a big ass sound system behind you there?
Yeah, it's actually a GTR, my dream car I just bought. Here, want me to pull over and show it to you?
That's awesome, man. YouTube pays. YouTube pays, and don't be embarrassed to make money and give it to people, okay? You can't give what you don't have. This guy's extremely generous. He's extremely talented, and he's extremely funny. Whoa. I love the colors. I love the colors, man. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I used to be a car guy. I got a Volt, so I can show that to people. One more good piece of advice. You can live in radical humility as you go through these cars and realize, you know, your own experience with them. When you get married, man, the key is you drive a piece of crap, humble car, and you tell everybody, you know, I'm a multimillionaire. I drive a Volt, and then make sure that all your kids and your wife have really killer cars that you can borrow.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Last thing, man. You are an amazing person. I can't wait till we can sit down too. And one of the things is, what, you know, do you think makes the difference for you? You know, why is it that so many people are attracted to the quality content that you have? You know, because a lot of people try to copy you. You know, there's an authenticity, there's a vibration and a frequency to what you do. I know there is to what I do. We have completely, you know, mostly different audience. When you have millions of people, I'm sure some of your audience is my audience. But, you know, I'm a much, I think, longer content form person, you know, a lot of instruction and things. But why do you think your frequency, you know, really resonates with so many millions of people?
Yeah. So, and to answer your question, there are a lot of people copying me, you know, so the prank genre on social media is already a massive genre. So for me to be number one in the eyes of the algorithm, but the people also for pranks, I'm leading the genre. So there used to be a lot of little mini-me's trying to copy me, but recently, man, it's been a nightmare. They're saying the same thing, wearing the same thing. It's crazy. But how did I get to the top? So I started pranks during a time in 2014 where they were already king of the hill in pranks. There was Vitaly, Roman Atwood. They were all over the news for doing the Miami zombie prank. They were going viral. So I started this when it was already very saturated. But I had the same mentality I had day one as I do right now. How do you end up number one? The same way how there is a number one Chinese food restaurant in LA or American barbecue. They're all selling the same food. They're probably buying their ingredients from the same place. So how is one got a line out the door for 30 minutes and one doesn't? So it just comes down to giving the viewer or the customer what they want, and that's the most important thing. So if I'm a viewer and I'm searching for pranks on YouTube, I want to see crazy fucking pranks. I want to see crazy shit that I can't see anywhere else, that I can't see in my day-to-day life when I go out, right? So that's the first thing. Then it comes to being consistent. So being the reliable source of that content in their mind. So the reason if I get hungry, without me thinking anything, my body just feeds me In-N-Out as a solution to my hunger. That's not because In-N-Out's the best place to eat in the world. It's because they're always reliable. They're everywhere. So they're easy to access and they're good food, right? So my job for the past 6 years has been, if any viewer in the world thinks of, I want to watch pranks, I've made my content, posted my videos in a way, and just overall managed my business as an influencer in a way to pop into their head as the best source of comedy videos and pranks. And I've done that with high quality videos with perfect cameras, perfect editing, yeah, consistent editing style with every video not being different, consistent style and making pranks, letting my viewers pick what pranks get posted in the future. So I give them what they want, which is the most important thing, which is pure comedy. But I'm always consistent. I'm always there for them. They never have to feel the need to go out there and filter through 20 other prank channels to find their go-to channel anymore, because I'm always there. You know what I mean? And social media platforms know that. So as far as the algorithm, every platform, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the platform wants to know what its own reliable source of each niche is. So the algorithm knows if I get a viewer searching for pranks, there's this channel right here. If I get an educational searching viewer, this channel here. You know, e-commerce videos, real estate videos, gaming videos. So the core is good content, right? In your case, educational. Mine's entertainment. But there's other things you can add to make yourself stand out, like a peacock, right? You know,
Yeah.
beautiful wings and being different. The restaurants do with good music, beautiful host, good ambient, you know, good positive Yelp page, events, giveaways, discounts. So it's social media as a business. It's like a restaurant business, but way more complicated, and if done right, way more lucrative as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you do have quality content consistently is what you and I have conversed about. And, you know, and then there's the side of it. Okay, you have the social influencer like yourself, and then also taking advantage and diversifying into traditional business, right? Which is where people like me can help people like you, and you can help me. We're like a perfect mesh. I have a quick question before I let you go. Have you ever heard way back when of the Jerky Boys?
Jerky Boys. I don't think I have.
That's how young you are. I want everyone out there. I'm old. So the original pranksters, before they had the internet, were called the Jerky Boys. And I think it'd be really funny for you to look them up and see what they did. But basically, they would cold call. And when they cold call people, they would prank them. And the amazing thing was, while they were pranking them, how long people would stay on the phone. In fact, I'm doing the sales training today at 11, right? And one of the cool things is I used to train people, go, I want to see whoever gets the person to get off the phone the fastest to get a bonus when I was teaching them how to cold call. So their objective was to get them off the phone the fastest. And it was amazing. On average, people would stay on longer than people would try to sell them, because they were like, hey, Jerky, you know, you smell like all these old school, you know, I'm an old guy, but you should look at it, because I think you may get a few ideas on what people's emotions are and why they watch.
Boys.
Yeah, Jerky Boys. Anyway, you are not a jerky boy. You are a tremendous man. I'm so happy that you got that car. That's beautiful. You enjoy your life. Keep making people happy. People like you are one of my 1000s. They come in all different sizes and shapes and ideas, but you know, making people laugh is so important. And I wanted to thank you, brother, and have you on. So great to see you.
Thank you. I'll be watching your content.
Vice versa. Send them to my training. I need your people.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, man.
David.
You're awesome. Thank you. See, I'm not afraid to ask. Join me today, 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's free. 949-298-2905 to register. Join me, please. You'll love it. I'm not selling anything. We're just sharing happiness in a different way. Motivational, but most importantly, inspirational. Motivation will get you up. Inspiration will get you there. 5 to Thrive training, how to thrive in life and thrive in business, and most importantly, sales. That's what I got into, just like Human got into social influencing. I got into sales because it is a stable job. You're always selling, especially to your kids. So you can join me today. Go ahead. You can also email me, david@dmeltzer.com, and I will help you register. Thank you, everybody, so much. Let's get a few more questions in here. What great guest. I'm trying to get as much pragmatic advice. Love from India. Does one really have to go to a loss to make a brand? One doesn't have to go to a loss to make a brand. Not sure what that means. But to build a brand, I think you need to have quality content consistently that has a strong signal. Know your spectrum. What Human does really well is he knows the spectrum of people that he's addressing around the world, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere. but also have a very clear message. He's consistently clear about what he does and how he does it. So we want to explain things. How do you see TikTok stars evolving? Well, I think the only evolution for TikTok stars is to figure out how you can make money, like real money, the way that Human does in YouTube, other people do in Instagram and LinkedIn, to see those stars and figure out the endorsement. There's so many questions on the integrity of TikTok or the credibility of TikTok. There's a lot of biometric things going on, data research, who owns it. So it's still on unstable ground. I put up some TikTok videos as well, trying to figure out that audience, and we'll see. Time will tell. Enjoy it. It doesn't hurt anyone to enjoy TikTok, and I see some really funny things. And one thing I found about TikTok is it is a black hole of focus. I see people get on there and spend hours just watching the same dance, not in the realm of the Meltzer kaleidoscope of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude, but it's definitely a great escape. And if it makes you feel good, I'm all for it. If it makes you happy, I'm all for it. Insight on believing in yourself. It takes practice. Believing in yourself takes practice, because we have this thing called the ego, and it edges goodness out of our life. It edges gold out of our life. It makes it difficult to love ourselves, to vote for ourselves, to do what we want, to give what we have inside of us. And so, like anything else, like playing golf or ping pong or pool or baseball, it doesn't matter. It takes practice. And practice makes progress, not perfection. Practice makes progress. And so we want progress. And we'll talk about that today on the 5 to Thrive, segmentation, acceleration, exponential growth, how we can't determine progress through our senses and our memory. And so that's a big obstacle and void for us, because we create this problem called being stuck. When we can't see progress, we feel like we're stuck. What if we were progressing, but just at a rate in which our senses and our memory can't decipher? But it's still exponentially growing, and eventually, just like a blade of grass, it pops through, or like bamboo, it pops through the ground, and all of a sudden we can see it, and that stuff grows exponentially, and it grows higher and higher and higher. Just a what if to contemplate here. Best day ever, my boy. I see that. A lot of insight here. Get another question. I apologize if this is out of context, but it's a personal problem I deal with every day, but I have a great job. I don't know why that cuts off. Sorry. Go ahead. Text me. I'll answer that question, or email me at david@dmeltzer.com. 949-298-2905 to register for free training every week, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time, in case you want to know. Let's grab another question here. I sent you a DM. Can you please come on my morning show? Yes, I can, Zach. Go ahead and email alex@dmeltzer.com. She will schedule and accommodate your request. alex@dmeltzer.com to book me for an interview. Just respect my 520 rule. That's all I ask. I'm trying to be as productive and accessible as I can, and as gracious as I can. What are you doing to make the most out of coronavirus? Make people happy. Happiness is the greatest virus. It overcomes the coronavirus because it strengthens your immune system. I am being my own chief betterment officer. I'm smiling through the struggle and helping as many people as I can. If I go off center into fear, inferiority, superiority, separation, anxiety, guilt, resentment, offense, I immediately stop, drop, and roll and go back to center, into my higher self, into the best frequency and the best feelings that I have. So those are some of the things that I'm doing during this compressed time of uncertainty and accelerated train. What is your training about? My training is about 5 to Thrive, 5 steps to thrive in sales, business, and life. 5 steps to make your energy create more energy. 5 steps to go viral, to build exponentially and accelerate by others, empowering others to empower others. It's my main mission in life, is utilizing the power of 5 to Thrive. How do you stop, drop, and roll? Whenever you're in ego-based consciousness, you stop, say to yourself, why do I feel this way? Why am I angry, frustrated, anxious, scared, separate, inferior, superior, offended, guilty, whatever I'm feeling? And I stop. And then I'm like a ferocious Buddha. right? Because I'm ferocious in my daily habits. I'm ferocious in my skills. I'm ferocious in the enjoyment of the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential. And then I breathe like a Buddha. So I'm ferocious, then I breathe through my nose, out through my mouth. I call it the 6 breaths of the ferocious Buddha in order to stop, drop by breathing, and then roll in the trajectory in which you had set forth by looking at your values at the beginning of the day, finding your higher frequency, plateauing and growing. You don't have to live your life like the myth of Sisyphus. You don't have to roll the boulder up to the top of the mountain every day, have it roll back down at night, and start at the bottom of the hill. You can plateau and grow. Exercise number 1 is best to stop. You got some John Asseroff there, my boy. How do you motivate yourself when you have to no breath to work? Well, you got to lower the bar, right? You got to create consistent behavior. So if you want to motivate yourself, lower the bar to something that you know you can do, and start the movement. Nothing happens until you move. All right, let's get another question in here. Thank you, everybody, for flowing on this. This is great. Tips for private school loans, sir. If you want to go to private school, then I would ask as many people involved in private schools, the principals, the board of directors, the donators. I would be more interested than interesting and find the people that best can effectuate helping me and ask them for help. Ask a series of questions. Let them know you want more than ever to be what you must be and that you feel that private school is the best way to get you there. And the more that you ask, remember, you're only 25 no's from getting what you want. So when you get 10 no's, you should be super excited. When you get 20 no's, really excited. At 24 no's, you know it's coming. So I always know that I'm only many no's away from getting what I want. One of the keys in life to ask and to love, to keep on asking and accessing how you can be of service. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my friends, we are going to call it a day. I got to get ready for training today. We will get to everyone. I'll be on random times over the weekend, jumping on and off. I'll talk about the habit machine, plateau and grow. I see all those great questions, everyone. As always, I'm so grateful that you've joined me. Join me today. Text me 949-298-2905. Register for free training every week, 11 a.m. I'm a huge fan of all of you. Be kind to your future self. Do good deeds. Have a great day. See you in about 2 hours and 15 minutes from now, no matter what time zone you're on. Mark it. 2 hours and 15 minutes from now. I'll see you then. Thanks.